Of course they are. It says announcements. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. For the announcements.
We're gonna make it bigger, sir.
So I'd like to welcome everybody. I have the wrong glasses on, so I'm doing this weird. So, okay, so I'm Wanda Harsma and I'm the secretary on the board. We're going to have announcements now. Would anybody like to make an announcement, a short announcement? Tara?
I just wanted to encourage people, there hasn't been much advanced notice, but the next service, May 5th, is a completely musical participatory blowout, all music. So come.
April 20, I'll do this one and then George will go. April 28th, we're having our second community connections meeting. So please come out. Everybody's actually worked really hard to come up with ideas and we have a little plan and some feedback. So please come out April 28th from 2 to 4. And then George?
I have concert tickets in my hand, $25 each. Good Gordon Lightfoot memorial, I guess, song review, 5 artists from the Valley here. Friday the 10th at 7 o'clock. Second thing, the 19th is our annual fundraiser. 18th, sorry, yes. Thank you.
It's on my phone.
It's on my phone. And listen to Wanda.
18th of what month, George?
Of May, so the following week. The links to put up events or items, large value items for sale are on our website and on Facebook. And kudos to Keith for getting the very first one in.
Yeah, my yellow pops, you better come.
Keith, did you want to talk about the care and concern team? Okay, just remember, we do have a care and concern team, and if you want to chat with someone, Keith is available and Linda Campbell, who is over here. Anyone else? And then just a little plug for the Justice Action Team on June 2nd. We are hosting Chris Sample, the Vice President of the Nuki Zoo Métis Association. So it should be Dan, I think.
I just mentioned there will be a natural burial talk here on Tuesday night. Poster is there on the board.
Right. Okay,
I got my plot already.
I think that's it.
So you can plot.
Oh, the other one.
Governors. Windsor is a symbol.
People all standing together cannot be moved. All the people all standing together cannot be moved. We've got to stand up, people. We've got to stand here. We've got to show the world that this God. All the people all standing together cannot be moved. All the people all standing together cannot be moved. We've got to stand up, people. We've got to stand here. We've got to show the world that this is God. All the people all standing together cannot be moved. All the people all standing together cannot be moved. We've got to stand up, people. We've got to stand here. We've got to show the world that truth is in our heart.
I'd like to formally welcome everyone to our fellowship. We welcome all identities, including all races, ethnicities, gender identities, sexualities, abilities, and economic backgrounds. We value diversity and believe it strengthens us in our community, and we invite you to bring your whole self here. For thousands of years, Indigenous people occupied the shoreline of Eastern Vancouver Island in a place referred to as the Land of Plenty. We acknowledge that we meet here on the traditional territory of the Satluk, Sastitla, Ayikson, and Pumplich peoples of the Comox First Nation.
As part of our rental agreement with Comox United, we commit to occasionally, whether we want to or not, have a fire drill. So at some point today, we will have a fire. You'll hear a fire alarm go off,
And what do we do?
and at which point you find a buddy. And then with your buddy in tow, exit either through the side door down the stairs or out the front door. The assembly point is straight across the road on Park Avenue. You go past the house, and behind the house, there's a lovely little park. So assemble there, Arran will lead you. Stay there until you get the all clear to come back. That all make sense?
Which park? There's a few parks around.
No, just straight across the road. On Park Avenue.
Park.
Park Drive, yeah.
Where's the feet?
Follow everybody. Yeah, it's
I'll
only,
follow the crowd.
it's only a block away, or it's only a block away, really. Yeah.
Let me out first. Jane goes first.
Any other questions about that? Okay, next.
Are we gonna have to have
So our opening words today are a holy alchemy. Once upon a time, chemists believed they could transform lead into gold or death into life. We laugh, but we are not also, are we not also in the business of alchemy? turning loneliness into connection, pain into comfort, anger into solidarity, and faith into action. The subtle magic of church combines love and justice, creates hope out of fear, transforms individuals into community. Here we engage in a holy alchemy, finding beauty in the ordinary and life in the present. Come, let us be transformed together.
This is for everyone to sing.
Congregation.
It says CVS singers, but it's
Congregation.
everyone.
Oh, let's see.
Exactly.
Gather dear in the mystery of the hour. Gather dear in one strong body. Gather dear in the sorrow and the power. Spirit draw near. Gather here in the mystery of the hour. Gather here in the mystery of the hour. Gather here in the sorrows and the power. Spirit draw near. Gather here in the mystery of the hour. Gather here in the mystery of the hour.
So we're gonna do something a little different today. As you've heard already, we're gonna have a fire remember. So we're gonna do some stuff around that. Which I'll get to in a minute, but today or tomorrow, in fact, is Earth Day. So I don't know about you, but when I first heard about Earth Day, which I think was like in the 90s or something, I was really excited about it and I thought it was really awesome. And it was this like big celebratory thing. And there's always been a political element about it. But I found recently, it's much more complicated for me now. And it actually brings up a lot of grief. And there's still the joy, there's still the celebration, there's still the beauty of the earth. But there's also my relationship to the environment and the planet and my understanding of what we need to do if we're going to try and save this is really different than it was in the 90s. In the 90s, there was still a lot of suggestions around what we could do as individuals. We could have shorter showers, we could turn our lights off, we could recycle, which seemed revolutionary then. But now we realize those things, they're not going to save us. Even if we never shower again, it's not going to make the difference on the climate changes that are already happening, have been already happening. And so there was something about that time and that idea. I mean, there was a lot of guilt as well, if you forgot to recycle something or you spent a little too long in the shower. But there was also a sense of power and agency in it. That you could do something. You could do something relatively simple that would make a difference. And now we realize it's not simple. It's actually incredibly complex. And the things that are going to make the difference is not our individual small actions, although they are awesome. And we want to keep doing them. But the destruction of the planet is coming from industry, it's coming from large scale things, it's coming from how we live as a culture, this consumerism culture. It's not coming from spending 8 minutes in the shower instead of 5. It's not coming from changing your light bulb. to the wrong kind or the right kind of light bulb. It's not even coming from driving the right kind of car. It's coming from these big things. And so we need to work together and have systemic change. And that is out of our individual control. And that, for me at least, is really scary sometimes. And it brings up a lot of grief. And I'm not seeing those changes happening in anything like the timescale that we need it to happen. And so it brings up this grief for me when I think of Earth Day, and I think about our environmental movements, and I think about what we need to be doing and how we need to work together. And so one of the things when I realized this that really helped me stay engaged, and I think that sense of powerlessness is really the reason that a lot of people do not engage, because it seems too big and it seems like they can't do anything, and it seems like out of their control and power. So how do we stay engaged? One of the things that really helped me was Joanna Macy's work, the work that reconnects. And so today I wanted to look at that a little bit with you. This is kind of a 4-stage model that she developed. One of them is coming to this work with gratitude for the beauty of the earth and what we have. The second stage is honoring our pain for the world. The third is seeing things with new eyes. And the fourth is going forth into the world to make the changes that need to happen. And each of those stages are really important, and particularly the honoring. I feel the honoring of the pain is the part that we often don't do. And if we don't do that, we can't move forward. And I think we can get stuck in it. We don't want to be stuck in the pain, but we want to feel the pain because that motivates us to do something. If we numb that out, we do nothing and we get nowhere. So we want to keep moving, and Joanna Macy makes it as a spiral. So we keep going round and we keep going round and we keep going round. And we get deeper, or we see new things and get new perspectives each time we go around the circle. And you can go around it every day or every week or every year or whatever works for you. So we're gonna do one of the things they do in that work is the 7-question model that we're gonna do today. So the first thing in a moment I'm gonna ask you to do is to go into pairs. And there's gonna be the first 2 questions. Then I'm gonna briefly introduce the next 2 questions. And there may be a fire drill, a fire alarm that will go off at that time. So with your buddy that you're in a pair with, you can go to the muster point. On the way there, please talk about the first question. On the way back, please talk about the second question. And then we will continue back in the room. So if we can get into pairs, the first 2 questions they're more prompts than questions really. But this one, we want to essentially be making a list. You're just going to have 1 minute for the first one. Then your partner will do 1 minute for the first one. Then we'll do 1 minute for the second one and 1 minute for the second person to do the second one. So we want to just make a list. We don't need explanations of why the thing you love is why you love it. Just name as many things as you can think about in 1 minute that you love. And then the next one, as many things that you can be grateful for or thankful for. And I will ring the bell after each minute. So if you can get into pairs now.
I can never find
Have you started?
Yeah.
It says as officially starting.
Well, that's what I was thinking of. But. What do you like? Like, yeah. Growing things. Saving squashing, nothing.
Yeah, you can switch to your partner.
So I turned it to me, but now. That's not exactly.
That's the switch to the next person alarm.
Okay, next question.
The next question, yeah.
So I'd like to
And move to the second person for the second question.
That is something that I have learned to do. And what is regeneration? So that is just feeling the hands that I gave them.
The general.
And if we can wrap it up. Wow. And Greg, if you can, please sanctify that. Our questions for our walk to the park. AKA the fire drill. These are our two questions that we're gonna look at. So I have on the table over there a sheet like this. If you don't think you'll remember the questions, you can bring in the questions are written out. So on the way out, the door, you can do the questions. And I think that's our fire alarm. So let's get up. Stay here. Stay with your buddy. Don't lose your buddy. And leave in an orderly fashion.
Okay. We'll follow Jay. Work it out. Let's save it for fire.
Oh, you know the question?
It's just a little bit to remind you.
You hear me, Donna?
Hi, Christy.
Hi.
Takes me a while to get to the buttons.
Yeah, me too.
Okay,
We can talk since they're all gone.
Upstairs.
that's right. We've gotten to our concerns.
Right.
Well, did you want to start there or
Sure.
yeah?
Yeah.
Tell me some of your concerns.
Everything, I guess. It just seems like I still don't understand how people can still be the way they are.
I know it's overwhelming.
It is, it's very overwhelming, and I don't understand. Like, it's just such a simple thing, like,
Yeah, don't be greedy, basically.
yeah. I mean, I think we've gone too far to correct anything personally. So that really scares me. Not that it's gonna affect me, but
That's right. There,
it could affect my two sons, or if they had kids, their kids.
mm-hmm. Yeah, and my two daughters, and although they don't have any kids yet, one of them is well, she might get remarried, and it's probably a better relationship. And I think part of her motive is that she would like to have a child.
Hmm. I hope it all works out for her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm already concerned and very saddened about the species on the earth that have already been lost.
I know.
And
It's just I don't know. I don't know. I'm still baffled at how someone can hate someone because of their skin color, but
yeah, that they can be so blind that they can't see the big picture.
mhm.
People some people can't see the big picture, and unfortunately they seem to be the ones with most of the power.
Yeah, that's true. I think sometimes they can see the big picture, but because it's not going to affect them, they'd rather be rich.
Right, and they think that wealth, if they do have children, will protect their children.
Yes. And for the earth and that, no matter how much money you have, it's not going to protect you.
So what inspires you?
It inspires me. Both my sons, and my daughter-in-law, they all inspire me. And listening to water inspires me.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
terrified of water, but yeah, the sound of it, I just love.
I'm like you. I'm frightened of water because I didn't even learn to swim when I was young. I took my first swimming lessons when I was in my 20s. So
Right,
even though we lived 17 miles from the sea, it was like Kai Bay there.
right.
Very, very shallow, very far. Anyway, uh yeah, the sea, the flowing water, um courageous people.
Yeah,
New inspiration.
Martin Luther King really inspired me.
Our inspiration was vast.
Yeah.
Turn the fire back on.
Does nothing compared to, something crazy like you see the 5 Olympics, I pull the water a day, isn't it crazy?
I'm glad they got that fire put out real fast.
I'm
Yeah, our fire's out, we're coming back.
So what inspires? Point out to the confidence. And cool, when people will learn that you can. One My body, water, my blood. They're my breath and fire, my spirit. Burn my body, water, my blood. They're my breath and fire, my spirit.
Sometimes it cuts out.
My body, water, my blood. They're my breath and fire, my spirit. Burn my body, water, my blood. They're my breath and fire, my spirit. My body, water, my blood. They're my breath and fire, my spirit. Burn my body, water, my blood. They're my breath and fire, my spirit.
Welcome back, everybody. That was a very efficient fire drill. Thank you. So now I'm gonna ask each of the pairs to join with another pair for the next set of questions. So we'll be in a group of 4. Except for the group of 3, just stay in a group of 3. So for the next question, that works.
And us as a pair are supposed to join another pair.
So we, okay, we have a group of 5, but that's okay. So the first question, and we're gonna take these 2 questions together. So each person will have 4 minutes approx. I will ring the bell again to answer both of these 2 questions. So looking at the future, we're headed into what I deeply hope for is, and a part that I would like to play in this is. So we'll have 4 minutes per person to talk about that, and then we'll move on to the next person. And we're beginning now.
Okay. I hope more.
No. Like a bias. Like a bias. That's what
Yep, and that's almost exactly format, so we can switch to the next one.
And security. Like, for like accessible media for everyone. In terms of not uncertain security, as in security, housing security. People not having to worry about whether it's out of and the only way I see for food security, that's inherently unstable. And so communicating with people across the world is very important, but it should just be time. It's not. You don't want them to work, you don't want them to travel. You don't want them and that's the assumption that going out and imposing that is the root of imperialism. And so. Pull that back. Participation in local services. Big things, working on local production, like. Yeah. Being close to local people. It's not
Like, I see what you need to left there. It's ridiculous. Someone. So I think for me, guys, I have a goal, and not actually online. Really.
Is there one more? Did you do all four? I think that was three, right?
That was three.
That was three, yeah, so the fourth person. The group of five were overachieving. Okay, we can wrap up now. We have one final prompt for your group. for a closing round, if you can stay in the same group. Our final prompt is a step that I will take towards this, whatever you said you want your part to be, that you can take in the next week. And it can be something small, it's better to be something achievable. But just take a few moments and think about what is one thing you can do to move forward to whatever you wanted to participate or however you wanted to participate.
So Greg, are we going up?
We can go out, yeah. And then once all your group members have done it, you can come back into the group.
What's it like to be that's bad? Yeah, no. So, I mentioned that. Oh. I don't know. So.
I know we'll keep doing that. I won't overdo it, it'll just be. There are regulations that have to be followed, so it's like something to agitate for. Not gonna try to say. But also, yeah, getting involved, I feel like I should be getting more involved. Political. Just because the regulations can't. So that we can use. Yeah.
Sounds like you're gonna have a busy week. If we can start moving back to the bigger circle.
I can let that go.
Yeah. Here's the jacket on spider.
One of the things we just finished discussing is how we will move forward to contribute toward the ecological difficulties of what we can do. And that's also sharing of our resources. This fellowship relies on the sharing of our resources, our intention, our time, and our money. So I would remind you that there are multiple ways making your contribution, and ask you each to make a commitment to do that on behalf of the entire group. Thank you. There.
We shared a basket.
So thank you for coming on that little journey around the spiral with me today and building in the fire drill with it. The handout at the back also has the questions if you want to do it at home as a journal or as a conversation with somebody that you want to have that kind of conversation with. And there's also a link at the top of the Act of Hope's website, which is where Joanna Macy's work is, and there's some free trainings and some paid trainings and a whole bunch of more resources there if anybody wants to follow up with that. So, I hope that you're able to take whatever your gifts are and whatever you want to work on. One of the things that Joanna Macy's said that really meant a lot to me was we can't individually do everything. So pick something that you're passionate about, that you care about, and the way that you can do it, the way your gifts you can bring to the world, and do that thing. And trust the other people to do their thing, whatever that is, and support them when you can, and they will support you when they can. But to not try to do everything, because then we will get nothing done. So that is why we're here, to support each other, to offer our gifts, and to help us move forward and make the change that we want to see in the world. So I hope you're all able to do your things that you wanted this week, and that we're able to create the change that we want in the world. May it be so.
May it be so.
I'm going to carry this with me. And please stay for the potluck and continue the conversation last.
We shall see our world.
Good job.
I said the cups are out of order. The air, the fire, the water.
Yeah.